We left the store with several pieces of lumber and wire mesh, along with crumpled bags of metal bits that would eventually hold the hutch together. I was surprised that nearly everything fit into the trunk of the car. Without saying so out loud, I knew I'd rather set a hammer to the nails we'd bought than spend any amount of time taking care of rabbits. This is after Royal has said he's going to build a rabbit hutch and keep rabbits, and she can't figure that out. The sky had become overcast, but the afternoon wasn't any cooler. Daddy gave me $1 to get 2 dreamsicles at the corner store while he rearranged the contents of the trunk, probably intent on getting it all in there, neat and interlocked like a jigsaw puzzle. By the time I came out again, it had begun to rain, the kind of rain that falls in enormous drops and soaks through summer clothes in seconds. We climbed into the car and rolled the windows almost to the top, since it was too hot to shut them all the way. The rain fell onto the windshield and we ate our orange and vanilla ice cream. People ran in and out of shops as if they could avoid getting wet. Through the thick, rain-flecked grass, their shapes waved around, irregular, almost comic. We were quiet for a while, and then Daddy spoke, his voice far away, even though he was sitting right next to me. Do you remember coming here when you were really little? I nodded a yes. One time when you were just 3, you had on these little white overalls, probably a pair you'd inherited from Saul. They were faded and covered with berry stains, kind of haphazard pattern, like some of that old china your mama liked so much. He stopped talking and folded his ice cream paper around the wooden stick. Deft, assured movements, given that he had only 5 fingers of his left hand to work with. Do you miss her? I asked. All the time. The rain fell harder now, and we had to roll the windows all the way up. She's not very friendly these days. I bent my ice cream stick and it cracked in half. Well, she doesn't like change, so I don't fit into her scheme of things. He turned to me. Are you okay with that, though? I thought for a minute. Lou? I remember something, too. I looked right at him now, and I felt like I was looking at him for the first time. I remember when I was 9, after you left for Vietnam. Mama was talking to Ava about you. You know Ava? Rainy's mama? I don't know her. He laughed a little. But I know of her, that whole man in uniform routine. Well, Mama told her about when she first met you, how you were so dreamy and handsome, like the astronauts down at Cape Canaveral. She called you her Nassau man. She did not. She did so. I know, go ahead and laugh. It's funny. She said something like, God, I love that man. When I first met him, he sent me straight into space. You know how she is. Lou girl, he sighed. I know how she was. He held the steering wheel, his wrist at an angle. I only know how she was. The rain had slowed a bit. We stared out the window at the street and at the lonesome spaces between the fat drops of rain. Mama thinks you've changed. I traced a line down the center of the fogged up windshield. I think she's wrong. She's right, Lou. Your mama's always right.